Hey guys, this is SoFlo Josh and I'm over here at Doral Acura to film this 2025 Acura MDX tech package for y'all. With that being said, let's go ahead and get out to the exterior and let's talk about the changes that Acura has done for the refresh 2025. Huge shout out to Doral Acura for allowing me to film this vehicle. If you guys are interested in purchasing any Acura whatsoever, make sure to go ahead and contact Jose Borges, or as we like to call him, Pepe. He'll be able to assist you in getting into an Acura today. But that being said, let's go ahead and talk about the styling that Acura has done for the facelift. Now, over here at the front, we have a new Pentagon style finish to the grille. As you can see, gone is the diamond style finish, and now we have these lines that look actually really like a lot better. And there's actually more airflow due to the fact that we no longer have those diamond cuts in it, which is really good because underneath the hood, which we'll talk about right now, is the tried and true 3.5 liter V6 that makes 290 horsepower and 267 pound-feet of torque through a 10-speed automatic transmission. So now with the styling changes of that, we have so much more better airflow thanks to Acura doing that for its diamond Pentagon grille. Over here off to the side, we have full LED projector lights up at the top, full LED turn signal on the bottom, and then we have the chicane style DRL that has been within the Acura models ever since they came out with the new products, the TLX and the MDX. On the lower section over here, where airflow will go around the wheel well, you actually have more airflow going there. It's actually very open compared to that of the pre-facelift one, so that's better for aerodynamics. And in the bottom section, we have some black plastic cladding, which it looks really good. Even though, yes, it is a sporty / luxury vehicle, it looks good with the black plastic cladding. A little bit of chrome, since this is the tech package. This is in the A-Spec model, where A-Spec would be blacked out all across. Over here, we do have some really nice rims. They have that two-tone gunmetal gray with the aluminum finish to it as well. Looks very, very nice. I believe these are the 18-inch rims, and you have a lot of sidewalls, so that's a really good thing if you're buying a vehicle, especially an SUV, and you have kids and so on and so forth. This is actually good. Having a large amount of sidewall, small amount of rim is better to impact any kind of like potholes or anything like that, and it won't mess up with the characteristics of the vehicle. Over here off to the side, we do have that same chrome strip off on the bottom section of the door panel, and then here on the side mirrors. Now the side mirrors have full LED turn signals. They are finished in black because the vehicle right here is the majestic black. We got this nice housing over here, and then around the whole entire side window of the vehicle we got a chrome as well. Dropping it over here to the back, not a lot has changed. Same LED chicane style DRLs for the back lights. Over here, your reverse light is LED and your turn signal is LED. Dual outlet exhaust for that V6 up at the front, which is pretty good. And then opening up the trunk, it is a power trunk over here. So getting into the cargo space area, this is actually pretty large for, you know, an SUV that has 3 rows. And a nifty feature is, let me show you really quick, is we go ahead and open this up, you can actually switch this around. So let's say, for example, you're going to, you know, Home Depot or Lowe's or anything like that, and you need to buy mulch or concrete or anything like that. You can go ahead and switch it around, and you can put that on here, and you don't have to worry about it getting on the carpeted side of this tray, which is pretty cool. I like the fact that we have switchable stuff like that. And as you can see, there's more cargo space under here, so you could put like a first aid kit, or maybe you know, a backpack for baby stuff and stuff like that. But nice to see that we have these types of feature. Over here, some more tray section. We got a 12-volt outlet right there. We got the walkaway where it closes off the trunk, and you have a hook right here so you can go ahead and, you know, put grocery bags and so on and so forth. Over here we got the rear seats. We can actually flip them down by just doing this. Very straightforward. And then now you have more cargo space, and the height of it actually is very large as well, so you could fit large items up here, very tall items, which is really good. Very easy to grab, put them back into place, and boom, they are back in their respectable place. Now let's go ahead and continue talking about the interior of the MDX. So getting over here to the rear, as you see, the door doesn't open up 90 degrees, but it is a large amount of space to fit a baby seat into the rear seat section. We do have some soft padding up at the top. We have those peasant shades, or sunshades as some people call it, as well. This is actually really good if you have babies back here or kids back here, so they're not always getting hit with the sun, even though the rear windows in the US vehicles for SUVs or crossovers have, you know, tinted windows. But nonetheless, really good. Nice aluminum finish over here, really good door handle. It feels very premium as well. Soft padding all across the door, which is very, very nice. This is hard plastic, of course. And then we got a speaker grill, and then we have your Bang & Olufsen 19 speaker. We'll talk more about that when we get into the interior of the front seat area. More cargo or cup holder space there too. You have a nice bottle holder, and then some other stuff as well. Now, seat. Let's go ahead and talk about something. Cool thing is, you press this button right here, and it will fold, but then it'll also slide forward. So this is actually really good if you have a baby seat right here. Getting into the rear section over here is actually kind of pretty easy, if I do say so, because the reason why I say it's easy is that since this seat actually slides forward and folds like this, you have more accessibility getting into the rear seat. Now, of course, sitting back here at somebody who is 6 foot tall, not the best. Probably better to fit, you know, younger kids back here that are probably like 4 something, 4'8" or 5'5", I would say. They would feel a lot more comfortable. As a person who's 6 foot tall, I don't feel as comfortable because my knee is hitting over here, and now this is with the seat not all the way back. So, but my feet actually fit underneath. Seats feel very cushiony, very, very cushioned. I like that. I like the fact that we have a lot of give into the rear seats over here, and the back feels good. Now over here there isn't a really good cutout. It is cut out, but it's not like anything to write off on. As 6 foot tall, like I said, I don't fit comfortably back here because of the way the roof kind of tapers off. We do have full LED rear lights over here, which is a good thing. Now to get out, all you need to do, press that button, kind of slide it forward a little bit, and then we can get out of this vehicle. So yeah, pretty straightforward. It's going to be easier to get back there if you're a younger kid or so on and so forth, but not as a grown adult. Let's get into the seats over here. I have to say, I'm very impressed with the way these seats feel. They're very, very plush, even for the rear seats. Usually some automakers, what they do is that they make the front row and the back and the second row very plush, but then the third row doesn't have that plush, which is quite unfortunate. But with Acura, we have plush seats all across on every single row. We have a 12 volt right there, 2 USB type C's. We have a tri-zone climate control over here to control the back climate area, which is pretty nice. So you have auto function, and you have your fan on and off, which is pretty cool. Over here, to get the cup holders, you actually do that, and then you have your cup holders and a little tray to put some stuff in, which this is a cool thing. Now they have a way you could take out the seat right here. I believe if you get this right here and you fold forward, as you see, the whole entire seat comes out, and then you can have basically captain chairs. Now the unfortunate thing is that we don't have, you know, an armrest for this section, the 2 seats off to the right and the left, but nonetheless they're pretty cool. And then to fold this back up, straightforward, very, very easy. But nonetheless, I actually feel very comfortable. As you can see, you can slide the seat forward and back. So if you have nobody back there and you're 6 foot tall, you know, and you want a little bit more space and you kind of want to relax while, you know, people are driving, very straightforward. They do recline, which is a great thing, so you'll feel very, very comfortable in this vehicle. Overall, really a nice amount of headroom as well. Even though we got this panoramic sunroof in the way, headroom wise is not intruded within the second row, but third row, of course, it's going to be intruded because of the, you know, the way the curtain kind of folds back. Yeah, very nice interior all in all. And like I said, roof mounted speakers up here on the top, Bang & Olufsen, LED lights. We got everything here. which is really nice. Now let's get to the front seat area. Soft padding up at the top. You got that blind spot detection warning right there. Aluminum finish with a little bit of gloss black. You got your presets. You have 3 presets for the seat, which is really nice because usually you see 2 you know, presets, but now you see actually 3. Bang & Olufsen speaker system right here. You got your window switch gear. You have power folding mirrors as well, which is really good to see in the tech package. Soft padding. Got that, you know, trunk release right there, and you have more storage area over here for like drinks or anything like that. Now we do have power seats all in all, which is really good. We got full-on adjustability forward and back with lumbar control 4-way. Getting into the front seat, very comfortable, very easy to get in and out of this vehicle, which is a good thing. Seat wise, they feel very plush, just like the rear seats, so it's good. You know, the Acura, even though this is a tech package, they still have some comfortability to this model. You know, it's not the A spec or the Type S, and I'm very pleased to say that these seats feel very comfortable. I would actually say these are great seats for long road trips all in all. Getting over here, we have a nice steering wheel. We don't have the flat bottom like you would find in the A spec or the Type S, but you know what, I actually like it. We have full adjustability as well. It is a power style steering wheel. Interesting enough, as you can see, it is very fast. The motor they have in this vehicle is extremely fast to higher and lower. In other automakers, it takes forever just to adjust it with a power style for the, you know, steering wheel. We got all your safety gear over here. As you can press right here, you can actually adjust them, whether you want to have them on and off. And this vehicle does come with all the safety techs that you would expect, even lane centering. You know, you got your cruise control and so on and so forth. So it's really good that we have all those safety features inside of a sporty slash luxury vehicle. You got paddle shifters over here to control that 10-speed automatic transmission for that 3.5 liter V6. Electronic parking brake right there. Over here, let's talk about the biggest thing about the 2025 MDX, or the biggest thing in Acura's lineup as a whole, is that we have this full-on 12.3 inch touchscreen display over here that is Google embedded. So everything is embedded into this Google operating system. Very fast. Let me tell you something, this is extremely fast, and I'm very proud that, you know, Acura has gone ahead and partnered with Google. Now, even though it is a Google system, unlike GM, it's come with wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So, you know, great thing. I'm very happy that Acura is doing that. We have a switch gear right here to control your 10-speed automatic transmission, dynamic modes to switch from normal, comfort, snow, as well as sport. And if you press this button right here, you can individually control, press and hold to customize, and we can control through the touchscreen. You want to have sport engine, you can have the steering sport, enable or disable the idle stop, and then the gauges you can actually change it to sport. So it does have that swooping effect that they had from, you know, the pre-facelifted one, and an ambient lighting in here, sport, which the ambient lighting is actually right over here on the door section. Pretty cool. Really happy to see that we have that. Functionality wise, nothing is embedded into the screen. Climate control is actual physical buttons, so I'm really happy to report that. We have heated seats, auto as well. You can get the cooled seats, but you have to go for the A-spec models and up in order to get the cool seats. You can get them in this model. We have a actual button that you can control the idle stop start, which is really nice to see that we have that over here instead of having to be embedded into the touchscreen. Charging wise, we have a USB Type-C, and then we have a regular USB. We got a nice wireless charger right there, as you can see. Nice charging pad. It will charge your phone, all in all. You can control your volume for your touchscreen display over here, and then you can go forward and back. Nice little tray section, and then 2 big cup holders. Cubby space in here is actually really nice. We got 2 trays as a whole. As you can see, USB Type-C as well as another USB Type-C. LED lighting in there to illuminate it in the dark. really nice. Very nice interior, soft padding everywhere. Really like the fact that we have this kind of like stitching up here at the top and a little bit of a faux stitching all across the dash as well. Getting over here to the glove compartment, as you see, it is damped and it is lined with felt, which is something that we've been seeing a lot of vehicles in the industry getting rid of the felt inside of the glove compartment area, which is unfortunate for me. I think that felt is really nice to have inside of there, so then things won't be sliding around as easily. We got all the functions for your panoramic sunroof. You can go ahead and open it. As you can see, it does tilt, that iconic, you know, tilt, and then you can go ahead and release so it can open up. You can actually put it more far back, as you can see, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and close that panoramic sunroof. Like I said, the interior is very nice, very spacious interior, and I am absolutely impressed with the overall design of this vehicle. I really loved it in the pre-facelift one. Now with this 12.3 inch touchscreen display over here, I am extremely happy that they finally got rid of that little trackpad over here. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take this puppy out for a drive. All right, so let's go ahead and take this puppy out for a drive. Pressing into drive is quite simple, and let's go ahead and see the turning radius of this vehicle. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna see it really quick. So let's go ahead and fully lock and let's see how it is. Turning radius wise, it's pretty good. It's pretty average for the size of this vehicle. You know, it is a pretty large vehicle. It does compete against vehicles such as, you know, what you would find in the Hyundai Palisade, the Kia Telluride, and other vehicles within its class like the Lincoln Aviator. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna take it around the small section really quick over here, and I'm gonna show you how this car delivers its power. We have it right now in normal mode, and then we'll go ahead and switch it over to the other driving mode. But I've always loved this generation of the MDX. I think the styling wise, it looks fantastic. Design and the interior looks really good. You know, this is one of, you know, Acura's bread and butter kind of model. They sell a ton of these vehicles just sell for themselves. They don't even need to be advertised or anything like that. No, even though Acura does a pretty good advertisement for their vehicles, you know, the sportiness of it and so on and so forth, about precision crafted performance, I think this vehicle just sells itself. You don't even need to really like talk about it in order to realize how great of a product this vehicle is. Now getting over here to the stop sign, we're gonna go ahead and put it into sport, and we're gonna stop at the stop sign and we're gonna go ahead and floor it. Oh yeah, that 3.5 liter V6 underneath the hood just screams. This engine has been within Acura's lineup as well as Honda's lineup for many years, and it's a tried and true engine. It's been through many iterations. The previous generation MDX had ZF 9-speed automatic transmission, which wasn't the greatest. Now with this 10-speed automatic transmission, they fixed everything that was wrong with that vehicle. You know, that transmission just was super, it wasn't the best, it wasn't reliable whatsoever, it wasn't the greatest at all either. And so with this 10-speed automatic transmission, it does hold a gear when you have it in you know, sport mode, and you can of course change. If you go ahead and put the transmission to sport, you can actually see it as well. So we'll come to the stop and then we'll go ahead and floor it. Yeah, and it holds the gears. It holds the gears very well. I'm quite impressed. You know, one thing is that a lot of vehicles within this lineup right now, for base models, they have either, you know, a twin turbocharged V6 or they have a single turbocharged 4-cylinder. And a lot of people don't want to have the issues that comes with a turbocharged engine, and that's what Acura provides. You still get the tried and true, you know, V6 that they've had for years. You have a great transmission that honestly was first introduced within the lineup when it came to, you know, the Honda product as well as the TLX and so on and so forth. you know, you just have so many great values to this engine and, you know, powertrain. We also do have super handling all-wheel drive for this model, so which is a great thing. I like super handling all-wheel drive. I think it's a great, you know, all-wheel drive system, especially compared to that of what other, you know, automakers have currently on hand. For example, the product that I always think about is kind of like Hyundai's H-Track system. That system isn't the greatest. It's probably the poorest of, as in like the way it feels in snowy conditions out of the bunch. And you know, super handling all-wheel drive has been around for so long. Acura's basically perfected it. It's as close as you can get to the idea of, you know, Audi's Quattro system, which Audi's Quattro system is top tier within the industry. It's one of the best all-wheel drive systems to date, you know. But Acura, for me personally, is a very close second when it comes to overall all-wheel drive system, and it feels good. You know, you could feel the power delivery, the way that the rear end kind of powers through when it comes to slippage and so on and so forth. So personally, I love the way it, you know, the way that transmission or the all-wheel drive system feels. Now, suspension wise, I want to talk about suspension. Suspension is actually really good. It's very soft. Over here in Florida, we're in you know, we're in the flattest state essentially. So that means that we don't have a lot of bumps. We're not going up and down certain, you know, hills and so on and so forth. But I will state that this vehicle feels really good. We have, you know, a double wishbone front suspension over here in this model. No, they didn't keep it only for the Type S one, which is actually really good. We have it for every single version, even the base trim, which is absolutely amazing. Double wishbone front suspension is going to be the greatest for sportiness, but also we have a full-on independent rear suspension as well, which is gonna be great for whenever you're driving. You know, each suspension, let's say for example you hit a bump on the back right, well, it won't transition to the far left, you know, the driver's side left, which is really good, because that usually kind of messes up with the characteristics and the driving dynamics of that vehicle. You know, it will kind of make the whole body shake. No, this one kind of just absorbs a bump and just calls it a day. You know, you're not going to feel it around the whole entire vehicle, which is really good. But yeah, very nice suspension, quiet all around. Seeing out the windows is perfect as well. You can actually see really good outside of these windows. I'm just very impressed. The Acura has, you know, delivered time and time again with the MDX. There's a reason why so many MDXs are still on the road, and this is their best iteration of the MDX. And you know, the Type S is really great and everything like that, but in the economy right now, most people want something that's not gonna be breaking the bank. Yes, this model does cost around $60,000, which is a lot, but I will state that for the money you get a lot. You get all the safety features standard. You get a huge 12.3-inch touchscreen display, a huge 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, Google embedded. You have heated functionality with the seats. You don't get cloth seats from the very base, which is impressive for the category this vehicle is in. And even the third row seats, they feel very comfortable. You know, everything just feels right with this vehicle, and that's the reason why they just keep selling so many of them. It's such a great product. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and get back to where I filmed, and let's finish off this video. So now that we're back over here at the section where I'm filming at, let's go ahead and show off the vehicle, get out to the exterior, and let's talk about my final impressions. So overall, the vehicle feels fantastic. The MDX is a nicely styled vehicle. The characteristics that this vehicle has, it's aggressive, it's bold, in your face attitude, even though that it's not even the A-Spec or the Type S. Now for me personally, even though it is the tech package, I would actually go for this over an A-Spec. I'm more of a sporty person, but overall pricing comes down to it. $60,000 for this vehicle. You got super handling all-wheel drive. You got that same naturally aspirated V6 that's in the A-Spec model. Sure, there's a little bit of creature comforts that you'll miss, as in, like, for example, you know, the cooled seats and some other features, like, you know, the wraparound where it's gloss black and such. But honestly, this is a perfect product for somebody who's looking to not spend so much cash on and just have it as a family cruiser. You know, you have it as a family cruiser. It's going to be great to take it on those long drives to, let's say, for example, you want to take a trip to North Carolina or any other state at all. This is going to be a great, comfortable cruiser. And fitting the back seats as well, as you know, you get into the back seats, you have a large amount of space to fit a baby seat in here and fit it comfortably, because you can even push this back and add a little bit more space in here where you don't even have to like tilt this forward and have the passenger not feeling comfortable whatsoever, their knees hitting against the front section. But all in all, very impressed. I think this is a vehicle that, you know, you should actually consider getting, compared to that of, you know, maybe like a Lincoln Aviator, or maybe a you know, Kia Palisade, not Kia Palisade, Kia Telluride, or the Hyundai Palisade. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll check you out on the next video. Peace.